as the Oklahoma State alum. Lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
Gilbert on the tackle. A loss of 25-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Hayden. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. That's complete. It's Carson out of the backfield. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spelled on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
On first down, Carson. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson, and he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. From the gun, it's Jackson. He finds Corey Davis and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. from the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Jones. This one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit.
Roswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
3rd down.
Jackson from the shotgun. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
The tackle made
a quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
At the 31-yard line.
Check. You go tight. You got tight.
Here's Carson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
He was brought
not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Operating from the gun, Hayden. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards.
At the 43-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Steelers 7, Ravens nothing.
Keep it up, guys. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. We ain't giving back in 60. Check. Mike 51. Mike 51. You remember me? You remember me?
Throwing on first down. Hayden. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
To throw again. Hayden. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Learn there.
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
To throw again on second down. Jackson being chased out left. He'll try and run it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Minka Fitzpatrick on the tackle. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
From the gun, Jackson flushed out right. And it's complete. Henry. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was staying in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's third down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that, but if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
On the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off-play action. Hayden. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Operating from the gun. Hayden. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And this one will be returned. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he only manages a couple here, down to about the 38-yard line.
At the 38-yard line.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Carson. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throw left side complete. It's Hernandez. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun. Hayden. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 2. From the gun, Hayden. Flush to his right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Hayden. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Tate.
Their own 38-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he will be brought down. His time has now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Oh, I think they got it. Yes, the Steelers have it.
By the Steelers.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. From the gun, Hayden. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 12-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jackson dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Third down, Jackson. Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
The Steelers.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
At the 31-yard line.
From the gun, Payton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
To throw on third down, Payton. And that will be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Jackson now off the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Jackson now on third down. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. T.J. Watt able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And it's fielded at the 34. And there he goes again. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Off the play fake. Payton. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he's trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
He's brought down.
Trey Flowers there on the tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. Third and long. Operating from the gun. Hayden. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up fourth. So on fourth down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
On the play. First down, Baltimore.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Lane.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Steelers 10, Ravens nothing.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Second and 9 now from the 21. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he'll get it all the way. To wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Following the fumble recovery, Hayden. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Chris Carson, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable, so they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
On second down, it's Carson. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long. Back to throw. Hayden. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive can get wings, it's fourth down.
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. From the gun, Jackson.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Yes. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. 15 yards on the play. First down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Steelers 10, Ravens 7.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again. Jackson. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 29. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 46 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
At the Ravens' 30-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down. Hayden. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And the return will stop right around the 25. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Flush to his right. Open man is Duvernay. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
And a Raven first down.
Throwing now is Jackson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Stephon Tuitt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's 2nd down.
Jackson to throw. Forced out to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
Steps away. And that's incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hayden over the middle, complete. That's Carson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. On first down, Hayden. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Hayden got his man complete over the middle. It's Carson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
The 22-yard line.
And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And his kick is good. And the Steelers have won the game. A little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Steelers, it took a while, but they finally get that first win after 4 straight losses. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Ay, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a